Last time on Space Daze, the crew traveled to the planet Yotera with Lyra, the captain of the Dominion. Their goal to find the cub of the dangerous Icoon, obtain the toxins to make a healing serum, and get back to the ship. Discovering the burrow only to find the young Icoon missing, as they discussed their next move, they were interrupted by Mommy and Daddy returning back to the burrow. So, you guys are currently hiding behind these rock formations in this burrow. Daythorn, you were pulled behind a rock formation just in time by Captain Lyra as these two large Icoons came down into the burrow and headed towards the nest.
Oh my, Captain.
Now kiss. Romantic death scene.
I'm down, I'll do it. It's my last stand, we're about to die.
Let's get weird. The Icoons, they make their way down the tunnel into the burrows, and you guys can see them now. They resemble the pictures that you saw on the ship, but they are much bigger. The pictures on the ship are the ones of the cubs, and these are a little bit more terrifying. You can see that the description is pretty accurate, but their tails, on the end of it, they have these big, heavy looking, almost metallic-like or bone-like balls with a giant stinger on the end. You guys are hiding behind these rock formations as they go up to this nest where their cub is supposed to be. And after a brief moment of silence, you hear one of them let out this roar. Daythorn, roll me a Constitution.
We'll see. That is an unnatural 20.
Okay. You guys are managed to hold your breath and not move a muscle as one of the tails from the Icoon slams into the wall inches above your head. In anger.
Oh. Definitely kind of in that fetal position, like hands on head, like.
Lyra is next to you, one arm kind of like ready to pull you if need be. The Icoons sniff the air.
Oh god.
And one of them starts to head your way, Botchus. But after a moment, they stick their noses back up in the air and head towards the entrance of the burrow. What do you guys want to do?
How close do these things get to me?
They're about 5 feet from you. From where you're hiding.
Does it look like they're leaving?
It does look like they're leaving.
Okay, so I'm going to stay where I am until they are gone.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of hunkered down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So it seems like almost an eternity goes by as these Icoons make their way out of this burrow. But soon, the burrow is quiet again.
Did my alarm go off to hear them leave?
Does it work after it's been set off?
No, until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm, but I didn't do that.
So we would have set off that alarm if we had gone back out.
But it's just in my head.
Luckily it's mental,
So
yeah.
it probably wouldn't be... You wouldn't hear it go off because it was... You had it warded on the inside of the burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And as they leave, they're leaving that warded area, so...
Okay.
I would say no, it doesn't go off again.
I'm gonna poke my head out and look around, make sure I don't see them, like, towards the entrance.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
You peek out just as they disappear outside of the burrow entrance. And you can see kind of like from where you're at that they are heading away from the burrow. After a moment, Captain Lyra helps you up Daythorn.
Are those footprints that we saw before they came in still there?
Yeah. Only Daythorn saw those.
Oh. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go inspect that, but I'm gonna stealth my way over just in case.
Okay, go ahead and make that stealth check.
We'll see. That's a 15.
Okay, you're moving. You're walking on eggshells. You're moving very slow and very quiet, and your kind of eyes are darting back to the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to go check out the footprints?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation.
Can I start stealthing towards the entrance so I can keep an eye out in case anything is coming?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's 21.
Okay, so Daythorn, you get a better look at these footprints, and you realize that they are boot prints. And there are different sizes of boot prints. And you see them lead from the entrance of the burrow to the nest, and then head back out.
Do I see any, like, particular dragging, or was it a struggle kind of thing?
You don't see anywhere you're looking, but you can, like, investigate other places, too.
I'm going to investigate other places around.
Okay. Botchus, are you doing anything?
I am. I'm actually gonna follow Nora to the entrance of the cave.
Okay.
And you said the Icoons went off. Did they... Can I tell if they went off, like, searching? Like, kind of going, like, looking around? Or did they catch a scent and they're, like, on a beeline?
You really didn't... You go ahead and make that perception check. Nora, what was that stealth check?
18.
Okay, so you make your way up to the entrance of the cave very, very cautiously.
11?
You did not see them. You heard the roar. You hit the thing. You heard their tail hit the wall, and you heard them leave, and you saw them leave.
Any, like, tracks or, like...
No, the wind outside has removed any and all tracks.
That motherfucker.
But as they were leaving, you didn't see... You saw an urgency in them, but you didn't see they knew exactly where they were going urgency.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I got a 24 on that investigation to check out the rest of the cave.
Okay. Nora, what were you going to say?
I'm gonna call Sito.
Okay, let's do Daythorn first.
That's fine.
Daythorn, you follow the footprints, and you follow them up to the nest.
Mm-hmm.
And inspecting the nest, you do see that there was a little bit of a struggle, and upon further closer inspection of it, you see some blood.
Ooh. That's not good. Blood is all the same color here, or is it different in this world? Like, what's going on?
This blood is not red. This blood is a purple.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that's the baby's blood. Can I see if there's any more blood following out, kind of thing?
With your roll, you kind of follow where this blood was. There's none on the ground. You do see that on part of the rock that is snagged, there is a small piece of fabric that was caught on the rock and snagged. Pretty much, like, giving you away that they put it in a bag or something to carry it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay. You now have
And
a scrap
pocket
of
it.
cloth.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I got right now.
Okay. So Nora, you wanted to call Sito, right?
Yes.
Okay. After a moment, Sito doesn't pick up, but Martel does. Everything okay down there?
No. Where's Sito?
As you hear Sito behind him, I'm here!
Okay. The baby wasn't here.
The cub wasn't in the burrow.
No.
And Botches is gonna lean over and, like, stick his face close to and be like, and the parents are pissed. They're flaming mad.
Even though we all have our own microphone and our own headsets.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wants to be there.
He just wants to be close to Nora. Wink.
Ah.
As he's shoving his way into the screen, like, they're pissed.
As Lyra goes, we just scanned down here last week, Martel. The baby was in the burrow. And he says, all right, give me 1 second. We'll scan down there. We'll see what we can find. And the screen goes black for a few moments. And after a minute, he pops back on and he says, okay, looks like the parents have just headed west of the burrow. We're picking up several life forms just south, but be cautious because it's a group and Icoons don't travel in packs.
Can you tell us what are they like? Are they Icoons or is there something else?
Our scanners aren't picking up what they are. It's just there are life forms and there are quite a few of them.
Okay, so we need to start heading south.
Captain, you sure you want to do this? Lyra pauses a moment and looks at the three of you and says, we don't have a choice, Martel. We need this toxin. And she climbs out of the burrow.
Did I hear all that exchange in the headset? kind of
Yeah,
thing?
he had it on all of your headsets.
Okay, cool beans. One last thing. I want to see if there's, like... Because I could tell there was a struggle between people. I haven't said anything to anybody, but, like, between people and the baby. I want to see if there's, like, any, like, headset pieces or technology or something that may have fallen off of somebody. Like, just... I don't know, something that could help us track to a group of people rather than, go out into a dust storm and head south in hopes of...
That's no fun. Let's just be adventurous and find out if we fuck this up.
Just go walk around in the dust
You remember
tornadoes.
the conversation we had earlier this morning about Daythorn being the rational one?
Definitely not the princess. I am not the rational one at all.
So are you wanting, like, let me be more, let's be more clear on this. Are you wanting Martel to scan to see if he can catch any, like, technology, or are you just looking for technology in this,
I'll be looking for technology in the thing, and if I don't find anything, I'll ask Martel to look for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I'll do that in character if I fail this roll.
Can I make a complaint?
Uh-huh.
They knew that this burrow housed these little fucking things, but he can't tell me what the fuck is happening to the south? Are you fucking kidding me?
They've spent, like, they've been watching this burrow for a month. Not just from their ship, but coming down and watching.
Yeah, I feel like the scanners are just like heat signatures, right? Kind of like...
Yeah, there's just, like, they are pings on the thing. If you would know how many there are, he could tell you that.
See, you got, like, Vaja's gonna look at him and be like, they're not all bells and whistles, like... They just can do a normal scan like
what was to the
else.
south? Could you have told me what was to the south?
Yeah, but neither can they.
Okay, well, they have fancier equipment than you do, honey child, so...
To be fair, most of it is, kind of stolen, so, I mean, it's not high grade, can't tell you what species it is. I
thought you were off the call when I made this complaint.
Nope, you never pushed the off button.
I pushed the off button to interrupt him.
Yeah, Daythorn made a 19 on that investigation for any tech.
Okay, so you don't find any tech, but one thing you do notice is on the bag, or the piece of cloth that you picked up, there is a partial symbol on it. And it's not one that you've ever seen before. And it's kind of ripped, it's about a quarter of it. But you can tell that there's a start of a circle and an X. And that's all you know so far.
So I kind of start piping up this talk. So like, hey, Martell, could you find any signatures, like chips or of people, technology about? I think there was a little scuffle here, and somebody else is trying to take this baby.
Yeah, give me a second, and I'll see what I can do for you. The screen goes dark again, and Lyra, she apologizes. She's like, I'm so sorry. This was supposed to be an in-out thing. This was not supposed to be this complicated. We had been watching. We just came down here last week to survey and check, but the storms were too bad to get the toxins. The baby was here.
Life is complicated.
Yeah, those things were pissed. Like, yeah, it happens. I mean, we all wanted a loot and scoot, but life happens, and you know, it must have happened just today, or I mean,
Daythorn's gonna come join the rest of the group, and we're like, Lyra, or maybe even Bo, do you guys recognize this symbol? And I show them the cloth. I look at Nora like, no, you don't. You wouldn't look.
You wouldn't know.
Watch me know what this is, assholes.
Lyra looks over the cloth, and she kind of frowns a little bit. She says, it looks familiar, but I can't say for sure. It might be some bandits, but they would not risk coming down here like this without good cause.
I mean, you weren't gonna risk coming down here without good cause. I'd say sick kids are a pretty damn good reason.
And that's why I'm here.
Can I look at the
Yeah,
cloth?
go ahead.
What am I rolling?
Wisdom.
Not like history or anything?
Nope, just wisdom.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Oh shit!
You don't really remember it. You kind of have this symbol in your head that think you've seen before, but you can't remember what it was. You know you've seen it in your kingdom before.
Could I draw it enough to remember what it was, though? Like, could I draw it in the sand?
Like, you could draw the symbol that you remember in your head, but not from this piece of paint, like, not from this piece of cloth. Botchus, did you get anything?
Let me try. And you said wisdom?
Mm-hmm. Daythorn, did you do a wisdom check on it too?
I did not.
You could do a wisdom check if you want to.
I got a 5 for botches.
That was a what?
5.
That's a 9.
You guys can't, like, nothing really comes to your mind. Nora, did you say you were drawing that symbol in the ground that you remember? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
The moment that Nora draws the symbol in the dirt, Botchus and Daythorn and Lyra, you guys instantly recognize it. A bandit sigil for the Fang Brotherhood, where you have seen it both in the Kalto system, you have seen it in your kingdom, Nora. Daythorn, you saw it on your own planet.
How big is this brotherhood? Like, if we've seen, like, just a bunch of people, like, everywhere, like, that's the biggest.
Lyra knows about them pretty well from just being near Croth. You remember seeing a symbol like this on Croth. Botchus, you have seen this symbol in the Wastes.
Is this what the symbol is? Is this what we're gonna, like, does that lead into that? Is what Nora's asking the group, because kind of looks like a part of that I just drew in the ground.
Can I roll a history check to see how much I know about these Brotherhood dudes?
Go ahead.
Don't fail me now, history. That's an unnatural 26.
So, Avon, you know that these bandits, they're a lot like bounty hunters. They work under the highest bidder. And you know that they are not ones to back down from a fight easily. And when they have a goal, they do it. But you know that most of them are smaller groups of Brotherhood that travel throughout the cosmoses. They usually just work for random people. They don't have a boss per se. As you guys are coming to this realization that you might be dealing with the Fang Brotherhood, Martel pops back up on your screens. Make a Constitution save really quick.
All of us?
Oh yeah, all of you.
Oh no.
He came back really quick, and you guys were staring at stuff.
That's a 7 for Daythorn.
8 for Botchus.
Natural 1.
So you're all staring at this symbol in the sand. Nora, you're still crouched down from drawing it. All of a sudden, Martel just pops up and he's like, "Okay, so..."
Oh. Fuck. Dude, you gotta give some warning.
Sorry. I was just, Are you all okay?
Yeah, darn, we're good.
As the three of you see Lyra, just kind of, like, has her hand to her helmet, like, oh, dear God. Because she didn't roll great either. Well, Daythorn, I did a scan on any metallic or any equipment that I might find. I got your guys' ship, and then there's also 2 more transport ships where those life forms are coming from. So I think you're right. I don't think you're dealing with Icoons.
Alright, it might be these Brotherhood fellas we might have to tangle ourselves up with. However, yeah, I think we can do this, no problem. We took down a worm, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, a couple of bounty hunters, whatever.
How far away are they? Can we get there if we run?
Yeah, the signatures are coming up only a little more than a mile away.
I start taking off.
Oh, God.
Nora rushes in the words of Magnus.
Wouldn't that be Nora rushes out?
No.
Daythorn follows.
Da 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 da.
Lyra's gonna follow you guys. And I assume Botchus is going out.
Yeah, yep.
Well, there go
Never
the girls
gonna
again.
be able to keep up.
Admirable, but
You guys head just south of the burrow, and you're running. As you're running, the wind starts to pick up, and dust starts to get stronger, and everyone needs to make a strength save.
That would be well. This one's gonna fly. Oh, that's not bad. I got a Dathan's got an 18.
Yeah, better than me. I got a 15.
16.
Ooh.
You're having a little trouble, and your movement is cut in half by this storm. You guys manage to make your way through these dust storms. Botchus, you're having a little bit of trouble. As the storm starts to settle, go ahead and make perception checks with disadvantage.
23 with disadvantage.
For Daythorn, that is going to be a 10.
2.
Botchus, you are the first to see, as the dust storm settles, there is a small mountain range just ahead of you with a path leading through it. It's a bit narrow, but you could definitely squeeze your way through there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna point it out to the others, and I'm also, real quick, I'm just gonna reload my gun with the regular bullets if we're gonna be hitting some not Icoons. I'm gonna put the special ones somewhere safe. I'll put them in a little pocket.
Lyra is the first to reach the path to the mountains, and she squeezes her way through this narrow opening in the path. The opening is about 2.5 feet wide. It's not very wide. And you guys can get through with the spacesuits, but it is a squeeze.
Nora! Are you gonna be able to fit?
Daythorn is just gonna kind of nope out of that and follow after Lyra. Like, I'm not gonna be here for this.
Because of your boobs.
I'm sorry. Did you just call me fat?
You know, because of your chest.
He said boobs at first, too.
I will be fine. Thank you for checking out my chest, you creep. I will follow after you. I kick him in the butt.
He gets kicked through the crevice. In the butt.
Botchus, make a dex save.
No.
Oh, God.
8.
So, this is how it goes. If you're looking at the other side of this mountain pass, Lyra manages to come through. She helps you through Daythorn. You see Botchus slowly making his way towards this exit part, and Nora, you put your foot on his lower back and just kick him through this crack. Botchus, you were not expecting it. You go to catch yourself, but your leg gets caught kind of in the entrance, and you end up just face planting out of this crack.
I squeezed my way through this fucking crack.
I deserve that.
A little bit.
That was merited.
Yeah.
Because of your boobs, God.
Captain Botchus, if I might suggest something, never ask a woman if she's gonna be able to fit, no matter what you're talking about.
That's noted. I guess it was an honest question.
Well, sometimes you just can't be too honest.
I'll practice my tact. I'll stop caring as much. I know. I'm sorry. I cared about the well-being of your chest.
Just making it bad now, Bo. Just stop.
I punch him in the kidney.
Specifically, which one? Which kidney?
The closest one to me. It's just...
So, Botchus, because of the suits, you don't take any damage from this punch, but you do end up falling backwards again from the weight of the suit and the punch.
Deserved it.
Honesty is the best policy.
Not all the time, dear.
I don't know if you could see it, but Nora is, like, super, like, blushing under her mask.
Botches is just kind of hurty right now.
I'm gonna look around and see what's happening.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of bandits around us and we're just fighting with each other.
The importance. Lyra's like, maybe I regret all of it, like, you know, they're expendable.
Maybe
but...
I should have Nelly and Taryn come down with me. As you guys finish up your shenanigans with each other, you do notice that the mountain ranges are kind of offering a brief, like, break from the wind, but it is colder where these mountain ranges are. It's still not like Avalon where it was ice, but it's that there's no sun reaches this mountain range. Daythorn, you were looking. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm very good at these.
It makes one of us.
That's a natural one.
Oh, shit.
She sneezes. And now the inside of her mask is all gross.
That's how you gunk up your mask.
Daythorn, while you were squeezing through the crevice of this pathway, you accidentally bumped something, and you have this, like, graph on the screen of your helmet that you can't see through, and you can't seem to get it off either.
No, she's too embarrassed to say anything about it right now. What does this graph look like?
It's kind of like, you know when you get a new phone and the time is displayed really big on the front screen and it moves and there's like a clock, there's the, it's kind of like watching your breathing patterns and displaying them on the screen as you breathe. So there's just like all sorts of things open. It's like you opened up a bunch of tabs and a bunch of pop-ups showed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they never gave us a rundown on how to use these suits, like...
Can I look around a bit now that I'm, like, away from Botchus?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna whisper, "Hey, Sito, can it be just you and me for a second?"
18.
Sito pops on and is just like, he kind of glances back at Martel, who's like kind of looking off to the side of like, okay, I'll try not to listen. Yeah, what's up?
Somehow I brought up a bunch of screens on the inside of my helmet and I can't figure out how to make them go away.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Did you push the same button that you pushed before?
I haven't pushed any buttons. Not that I know of.
Martel! As, Martel's just like, hang on one second, Daythorn. How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Thank you for calling Dominion customer support. As, there's a few moments of silence, and then the screens kind of go black on your thing, and your vision returns.
Thank you.
Bot just looks back at her as she's just kind of standing there, like, kind of doing whatever, in the set. But he's like a little concerned. He's just like, you all right back there?
I'm good, Bo. All's good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Nora, your perception, you see a light flickering up ahead on the mountain walls. You also see that these mountains, the walls are very smooth. Like, the wind has almost turned them to a glass.
Can I start going towards the light? I'll be sneaky.
Yes. Lyra is actually going to join you. Okay. Botchus
You want me to roll stealth?
Yes, please. Botchus and Daythorn.
I don't know. I haven't noticed anything yet.
I'm gonna keep an eye on like our backsides, basically. Like if they're going forward, I'm gonna watch their backs.
Of course you would.
That ass.
Gotta check out all the angles. I was checking on you earlier, and now we gotta do a 180. I'm sorry.
The Dice Girls may not know what we're doing, but we're sure having a lot of fun doing it.
Do my bagpipes have, like, attack damage? If I take out my bow, could I miss and hit triggers?
If you roll bad enough.
Have we been able to see the whole time?
You have dark vision! Surprise!
What ho, ugly creature?
Don't mind him. Everyone's dying around me, but I can't hit anything.
Are you guys gonna be okay?
Honestly, I think the answer to that is always no.
Who are you?
We're just some riffraff.
Not anything particularly special. We are the Dice Girls.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
I rolled a 4, we're gonna die.
I rolled 19.
For stealth, okay. So you and Lyra are the first two to sneak towards this light. You, in this little, like, opening where these mountains are, you see a small encampment, and you see the ships that Martel were talking about. They are not as nice as the Dominions, but they have the sigil that you drew in the dirt on them. You also see that there is a fire in the middle of this encampment where they have these rounded huts set up. Go ahead and make me another perception or investigation.
16.
As you are peeking over this rock, you see that there are around 12 poachers. Or 12 of these people. They are all different races. They are dressed in black and red outfits. The coats that they are wearing resemble kind of like dusters that have belts and straps covering them. And they have masks that are in the shape of wolf snouts. That are these black and red leather masks that the snouts look like they have bared fangs. And there's a sigil in red on the side.
Can I see where the baby is? The baby?
Looking, kind of investigating, you see some of these bandits sitting around a fire. A couple are loading up boxes of what looks like stones from the mountain. You see 3 laughing while chucking rocks at a creature that is chained up in a cage near one of the huts.
Is there enough cover for me to start sneaking towards that direction?
You could try.
I'm gonna try. Natural 20.
Woo!
So, you start sneaking and Lyra follows you as you guys make your way towards this encampment, and before you get too close, she stops you and she signals at the other 2.
Yeah, Botches and I still have to make some stealth checks.
I can't turn around. I can't. What can I do? Hold on. Let me look at my character sheet.
So me and Daythorn are close enough to see some of the bandit action, right?
Yeah, I figured you guys were kind of bringing up the rear. You hear Lyra's voice over your helmets, and it's very hushed. And she says, "Look, they have the cub. I don't know what they want with it, but we can't let them take it. A cub out of its environment won't survive long."
Yeah, I kind of have an idea. We gotta get that cub back for sure, but, I kind of want to do something to their ships. So if we have to run out of here, they can't follow us.
I will make a distraction, and the rest of you can grab the cub.
How big of a distraction are we talking about? Like, we're not gonna have a full-on firefight.
How many of them are there?
I have thaumaturgy. I could do something spoopy to get them to maybe run away.
Lyra, what do you think?
Well, they definitely outnumber us, and I would like to avoid a fight at all costs.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong if we fuck this up.
I could also set one of their huts on fire.
I'm pretty sure that would, be one of the bad ideas, Nora.
Okay, so should I do thaumaturgy to get them to check something out farther away?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
How many of them are there?
Yeah.
12.
In total?
Yes, in total, 12.
I thought there were like 40. We could take like 12.
Well, that's 3 each.
How about we try not to? Let's just... No, guys. Is there, like, a cave that's not near us or the cub?
No.
Is there another exit in that area that I can make noise?
It's kind of like this, I mean, you could scale some of the mountains to get a drop from, like, above, but there's mainly just one way through this.
Okay, so this is what I'm either trying to do. I'm trying to make either a yell of my voice from far away, not far, but somewhat far, either some, like, flickering light in, like, a direction that may catch some of their eyes.
So, let me tell you this. You're right now on the path, and there is this small encampment that they've been able to land their ships, make a camp. There is a path leading out of this area. Like, it's not too big, it's just big enough to set up, like, 2 huts and land their 2 small ships like yours.
Okay, but there is another exit besides ours? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or just the one exit? Okay.
No, because the path continues on past this area.
So, what I would like to do is, from that other pathway, start making, like, roaring sounds of a creature.
Okay. Is there anything you have to roll for that, or?
No. It just says you manifest a minor wander.
Yeah, they can do an investigation to, yeah.
Do you want me to do a deception? Because I could roll that.
Well, you're not actively, like...
I'm actively trying to get their attention.
Yeah, but it's on their end. Like, they investigate it to see if they fall for it or not.
Okay.
Like, you're doing it great. Like, you're a master at this, but they Yes. The scariest monster.
What were you gonna say, Daythorn?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, sometimes when either IDM or my other DM, we roll performance whenever I use thaumaturgy, if I'm trying to trick somebody into listening into something else.
That's true. See how well you make, since you're wanting to do a monster noise, roll performance to see how well you do monster noise.
18.
Okay. Woo! Let me roll.
Oh god, come on. Come on. Be stupid. Be stupid and fall for it. Go towards the sounds.
5 of these bandits, they hear this roar coming from the other side of the path, and they stand up and grab their weapons. They've heard about Icoons and how protective they can be, and they're not really looking forward to fighting any Icoon families here shortly, so they start heading down the path. You see 2 more. They kind of like they stay seated around the fire, but they kind of like grab their weapons, just like, okay. You see one that he kind of rolls his eyes at the others, and you can tell from where you're sitting, Nora, he has a drow.
Okay. Did the ones that were throwing rocks at the creature leave?
2 of them did.
This might be dumb.
Can I start, like, that's a really good start. And the ships are probably parked a little ways away from them. Can I try to start sneaking over there behind the ships?
Go ahead.
I would like to join him too.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck some shit up.
I'm gonna start heading towards the cage.
Okay. So you have 2 options of doing this, Nora. You can continue along the mountain wall to the left, or you can try to sneak through the rock formations on the right. The left is longer, but the right is less coverage.
Botcha's got a 15 for stealth.
Okay.
Well, okay. How far away is the cage from me?
Cage is a good 100 feet from you.
Fuck, okay. I'm gonna start doing it toward the, fucking side that gives me more
To
coverage.
the left. Okay. That's longer.
Yes.
Okay.
That's 12 for stealth for Daythorn.
Okay. Botchus and Daythorn, you 2 start sneaking towards the ships, and one of the bandits sitting around the fire catches a glimpse of a shadow. They slowly get up and turn around and kind of look around. They don't see you. Nora, go ahead and roll that stealth check.
Not natural 20.
Okay. You are making your way pretty well around this area. They have not noticed you yet.
Okay. When I get close enough to the guy that's, near the cage, I want to cast Hold Person.
Okay, you're almost there. Botchus and Daythorn, go ahead and make me one more stealth check.
14.
That's 19 for Daythorn.
So, Botchus and Daythorn, you guys sneak around this rock formation. You see these transport ships. You start, Botchus, you're in the lead. You start to go towards it, And right as you're sneaking your way towards the ship, a bandit exits the back of it.
Can we duck and cover? Is there an option? Can I grab Daythorn and can
Well, I made the better roll of the two of us. What do I do to
You
save
did.
us?
You're probably good. True facts.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
That's an 11 for Daythorn.
That is also an 11.
Gosh.
About you. Oh no.
Go ahead and make a dex.
Daythorn?
Yeah, go make a dex saving throw.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God. That's an 8. I thought that was a natural 1 for a second. I was like... Not good.
Botches?
You want us both to do it? And it's just a dex? Just a dex? I also got an 8. Buddies.
What are we doing?
You guys are ruining my plan!
We're about to be the distraction.
We got so far. It's just one guy.
If that guy hits us, I'm gonna cast sleep on that motherfucker.
Daythorn and Botches, you guys are sneaking around this rock. You see the ship, and you start to go towards it, and you're towards the front, like the door of the ship, right as a bandit comes out. The two of you try to go and duck behind a rock, but in your panic, you end up running into each other, causing the bandit to look your way, and he draws his weapon and he says, "Hey! Who the hell are you guys?"
I go, shh.
With his shout, the rest of the camp stands and draws their weapons. This bandit is gonna hold his weapon out to you, Botches. He's gonna go, "Stand up."
Okay. I'm gonna stand up. But only because I want to. Not because you said so.
He is gonna shove the two of you into the middle of the camp. This drow comes up to the two of you and says, "So, you got any more friends hiding around?"
Ugh. Just y'all.
Roll a deception.
Some mighty fine ships you got there. I will. That's a 9.
God damn it, Botches! Botches, he puts a gun to your head and says, "Why don't you tell me the truth, lad?"
Okay, you all are not our friends. We're sorry for making that assumption.
That was a bad joke. Poorly timed. I'm sorry, it was not my place.
So how about this? I'll give your friends to the count of 3 to show themselves, and we can sit down and have a nice talk.
Well, okay. Yeah, yeah. We do got friends.
1,
They ain't here. They're back at the den.
2,
They're back at the den!
2.5.
Guys. I don't think these helmets are bulletproof.
We would like to thank everyone for listening today.
If you haven't already, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at 20SA Podcast.
And YouTube at 20-Sided Adventures Cast for all your sneak peeks, previews, extra content, or random shit we say.
Or if you want to just chill and hang out in our Discord with us.
We also have a website for other fun tidbits. Links are in the description below.
And don't forget to like and review our episodes on your pod listener of choice, please. We would love to hear your feedback 100% of the time.
See you later, Space Cadets. Reach for the stars.
And send a postcard.
Bye!
Bye!